Today we will be presenting on the present perfect versus the present perfect progressive. We're going to be comparing both. Let's start with the present perfect. So let's look at the meaning of the present perfect. The meaning, actions that occurred sometime in the past, but we don't know when. So for example, sometime in the past, they have eaten the pie. I don't know when they ate the pie, but sometime in the past, at one point in the past, they have eaten the pie. Okay, let's look now at the form of the present perfect. The form, okay, very simple. Again, we have the same example. They have eaten the pie. Okay, the form, we use the auxiliary verb have, has. So here we have, they have eaten. And we use the past participle form of the verb, which is eat, ate, eaten. They have eaten the pie. Okay. Keep in mind that if it's have, the third person singular for have is has. So he has eaten, she has eaten, it has eaten, someone, name, has eaten the pie. Okay. If I'm going to make a question with have, has, then with the present perfect, then I move have, has in front of the subject. So here I take have and I may erase it and I move it to the front. Have they eaten the pie? Okay. Let's look now at the uses for the present perfect. So, the uses. The first one is actions that began in the past and continue to the present. Okay, so for example, he has lived in LA since 2016. Okay, we can also use it for actions that affect the present. For example, sometime in the past he made a mess and the mess is still in the room. So you can say he has left the mess. The mess he made is still in the room. It's still affecting the present. He has left the mess. We can also use the present perfect for recently completed actions, and we use this with just. You can see right here. Here's the present. Here's an action that occurred recently in the past. So we can say, I have just finished my homework. Okay, so just a few minutes ago. And we can also use the present perfect for past experiences. So he has traveled to Paris. That's his experience. Okay, let's look at the present perfect with since, for, and in. With since, we use since to specify the start time. So 2010, since 2010, he has worked here. That's at start time. We use for to specify the length of time, 12 years. So for 12 years, he has worked here. Okay. And so you can see we use since for the start time, 2010. Okay. And we use for the length of time, 12 years. So since 2010 and for 12 years, he has worked here. We use in to specify the length of time for negative statements. Okay, as you can see right here, no vacations. Okay, so in 12 years, he has not taken a single vacation. The man's a workaholic. Okay, moving forward now, let's talk now about the present perfect progressive. And let's look at the form of the present perfect progressive. Present perfect progressive is a little bit different from the present perfect. Again, we use the present form of the auxiliary have, has. So he has. Okay. For the and again we use the past participle form of the auxiliary verb be. So be, been. And lastly, we use the present participle form of the verb eat, of a verb. So eat, ate, not eaten, but eating. Okay, present participle form, eating. He has been eating the pie. Okay, let's look at the meaning. The meaning of the present perfect. The present perfect progressive is used, or its meaning is an ongoing or repeated action that occurs until the present. So that's the meaning. It could be ongoing or repeating action. Say, for example, they have been driving fast. Did they stop? No, they are still driving fast. They started driving fast sometime in the past, and they continue to be driving fast in the present. So they have been driving fast. So they started in the past, continue to the present, still continuing. Okay, they have been driving fast. Let's look at the uses. The present perfect progressive has two uses. The first one is a repeating action or habit occurring until the present. So for example, he has been smoking every day. It's a habit. Okay, it's repeating. The second one is actions that started in the past but are not yet complete. So, for example, he has been writing his first novel. Has he finished? No, he has not. He's still writing. And he started in the past and he's still writing in the present. So he has been writing his first novel. Let's look now at the present perfect with since and for. Okay, again, we use since to specify the start time. Since 2010, he has been working here. Okay, still working here. We use for again to specify the length of time. Here again, 12 years. For 12 years, he has been working here. Okay, so quick summary, quick contrast and comparison between the present perfect and the present perfect progressive. We use the meaning of the present perfect, actions that occurred sometime in the past, we don't know when. The meaning of the present perfect progressive, an ongoing or repeated action that starts in the past and occurs until the present, so continues until the present. The form of the present perfect is because we have an auxiliary verb, have, we have the past participle, eats, eaten, for example, and we have, so this is basically, if you look at this as a formula, it's have, has, plus verb en. An example, he has swum, okay? For the present perfect progressive, the form, it's the auxiliary verb have, has. It's the past participle of the verb be, so be, been. Be was, were, been. It's the present participle. For the verb, we use the present participle verb, okay, form of a verb, so eat, eating. If we look at this as a formula, have, has, plus been, plus verb ing. An example of this is he has been swimming. Okay, you can see a difference. Present perfect, he has swum. Present perfect progressive, he has been swimming. For the uses, present perfect progressive is used for three purposes: actions that affect the present, recently completed actions with just, and past experiences. We use it for past experiences. For the present perfect progressive has two uses: a repeating action or habit occurring until the present, actions that started in the past but are not yet complete. If you want to know where my images came from, they came from public domain vectors and clipart library. All images are from there. If you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, please email me. I hope that you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you so much for watching.